All right. Yep, live for 6 seconds. Okay. I think I've got this figured out. It took a minute. I did a test run before this. Anyway, I'm just gonna live stream this stuff instead of recording and publishing videos. It just seems easier. And so today I'm going to go over the development of Arcade Madness, previously Multiplayer Madness, which is a game that I've been thinking about developing and have been working on developing, where like 8 players can come together and kind of play different styles of arcade game. Think like Mario Party mini games, very similar to that. So I'm just going to go over kind of where everything is right now. And excuse me that I keep looking at the other screen because this is my first time live streaming with this setup. So this is a little backstory. I had created a lot of this game and I had a hard drive crash, which is so ridiculous now that I think of it. But I started working on it again, and this is kind of where I got to. Now, of course, it's going to die here. You can see the last time I really worked on this was really early this year. And I kind of put in something that would allow me to release demos of this. And, it basically, I could release a demo and it would expire. Well, it has expired. But let's just, okay, so here's the code. Let's check and see if we're allowed to run the game. And I could hard code this in. So until the month March, until 2022. Let's just make this 2025. And then we can run the game. Okay, that works. Great. Okay, so this is kind of how it was. I can press F. Now you'll notice, actually let me rerun this. You'll notice that the resolution is very small. And that is because I wanted to make it so that it could be a multiple where it would work with 720p or 1080p. So that was one of the major things with this version. So the width is 640. And you'll notice that I can multiply 640 by 2 to get 1280, which is going to be 720p. Or I can do 640 times 3 to get to 1920, which is 1080p. So that's pretty cool. It would be nice to have, higher quality. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do there, but I'm just going to skip past that. So pressing A, in this case, is just the space bar. WASD, you can see I have this guy that's moving around. I think if I press enter, then I have another guy, although I don't have any controls to him right now. You can also hook up controllers, that works, but hold A when ready to start the game. Okay, so I was working on 2 different games, Space Rocks, where you can see I could shoot bullets, and this is, most people are familiar with this kind of game. I think Asteroids is what it was called on the Atari. Oh, I do actually get destroyed. And so you'll see whenever I hit something, there's this kind of effect that it has when the chip comes back in. And the idea here is that you would play this game for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and maybe at the end of this there would be a boss you have to defeat. And you're kind of playing it together, but you're also trying to get the most points to beat the people around you. Oh, I can fire with him, look. But I can't move him. Go figure. Yeah, so it would be many games like that. And let's see what else I did. Maze Escape. I don't think I ever got this working. Okay, I did a little bit of it. Oh. I actually did kind of get it working. So you saw there that it created this maze. So the idea is that you're running through this maze, and as you get through here, obviously you could have 8 players doing this at the same time. On this right-hand side, you would have 3 exits, like one here, and then one down here, although I think my head might be covering that. And if you go through it, then the entire screen would scroll to the left, and a new maze would appear in a different color. Now, if the green guy is over here, and I make a new maze, the red guy makes a new maze by going through here, and this green guy gets horizontally scrolled off the screen, then he dies. There would also be little tools like a hammer or bombs or different things like that that you can use to break through walls or, destroy your enemies. But basically, this would be like a fast-paced thing. Now, I had a pretty good version of this working at one point. The problem that I came across, though, is I realized that no one is going to, well, not no one, but there's going to be a number of people that would only play this game if they can play it with somebody online. Because this is a multiplayer game. You really have to have someone to play it with. And so I guess I got a little bit stuck in my thoughts there and kind of figured, why am I developing this version of this game that can only be played locally when really it needs to be networkable? And so I decided to scrap this and started building a networked version. You can see Arcade Madness NW for network. A fair amount of work went into this, and so I'll show you how it works. But this actually does function. You can set up a server, you can set up clients, or you can play the game locally. And if you play it locally, it still does all of the networking. It still uses all of the network buffers. It just runs them as local buffers. So I could technically continue to develop this, but I'm not sure that I want to put the effort into that. I'm kind of losing the passion because of it. And so play local, same kind of thing, asteroids. And I hit the space bar and I join the server. And in this case, there's an actual, you'll see it down here, object server is actually communicating with object client. And, everything that's happening here is being kept in sync. Oh, crap. No, okay, I am. Gosh, for a second there I thought I wasn't actually on the screen. The downside, again, to this is that I'm losing the passion. There's a lot that goes into getting the networked version of this working. And I think what I really want to do is build, just build it in a way that I can make quick progress. And so that really brings me back to the original version that I had going here. I think this is really what I have to work on. Like, get all these pieces working well. I don't know if this is really the best way to do it with the resolution. There may be other ways that I could do this. Although, I don't know, it does look pretty good. Even if I had different sprites for 720p and 1080p, just running on this scale probably wouldn't hurt. So yeah. So anyway, that is where it's currently at. So I'm going to start just streaming. No guarantee as to when. I'm just going to stream when I really feel like it as I work on this stuff, because I do want to record the development, but I don't want to have to edit videos. And I have this dilemma where I can record everything and edit it and post it, but I don't feel like doing that. And I think that if somebody does want to keep up with the development of this game, then, hopefully, if you want to do that, hopefully you're interested enough to sit through and jump through whatever parts of the video you want to see, because I just can't curate it. It's too much. It's too much on top of trying to build the game. But yeah, that's where it's at. I'm not doing any development tonight, but I will not work on this game without streaming it. So, if you have any thoughts, ideas for mini games, whatever you think, feel free to leave them in the comments. It's funny, I do have the chat turned on, but of course there's nobody here to chat to. But yeah, and subscribe and turn notifications on if you want to see future devlogs, or just come back and check them out however you see fit. But yeah, I'm not sure when I'll be on again, but it'll be sometime. Okay. See you in the